Christine Liu reports.
An increased Sunni turnout ensured Sunni political groups made gains after a boycott of elections last January saw them win less than 2% of the vote. This time they've won over a fifth of the seats. But the big winners were the United Iraqi Alliance, a grouping of 3 Shiite parties. They won 128 seats but fell 10 short of the required majority. A coalition will have to be formed, and while the previous government was ruled by a Shia Kurdish majority, commentators say this time it's important to include Sunni groups.
If you have a simple Shia Kurdish alliance, then what you're sending the signal to the Sunni Arab population is we're going to rule pretty much regardless of your interests. Whereas a government of national unity sends precisely the opposite. It says that even though we could rule without you, we know it's vital to include you.
While the election is seen as a major step in rebuilding Iraq, it will be some time before the insurgency abates. Analysts say it could even become a political tool for Sunni groups when negotiating the composition of the new government.
In fact, they can mobilize elements of the insurgents to actually, give them more leverage at the negotiating table. So I suspect we will see a spike in activity in key areas over the next few weeks. What we'll probably see in the next week or so will be further demonstrations and perhaps a spike in the insurgency as, the groups kind of come to the negotiating table and try to set up their different coalitions.
Some Sunni politicians have voiced their disappointment with the results.
We believe that the results do not reflect the will of the Iraqi voters and do not reflect the social and political spectrums of the Iraqi people. But we will deal with these results positively and seek with other political parties to form a national unity government of a popular nature.
In the Shia-dominated city of Najaf, there were celebrations on the streets.
Today the Iraqi people have listened to the real results according to the 15th December election, and congratulations to the Iraqi people.
Security in Baghdad was tightened in preparation for the announcement of the results. As they were read out, insurgent rockets were fired at US bases in the western city of Ramadi. And in Baghdad, 2 civilians were killed when a roadside bomb aimed at a US patrol exploded. Parties now have 4 days to contest the results. Election monitors will then have 10 days to review any complaints before Parliament meets to appoint the new government. Christine Liu, Russia Today.